Hi friends, this is Gaurav from MySmartPrice.com. Today we are going to do the review of Sony Xperia M2. Xperia M2 is Sony's interesting move to fill up the popular mid-range category for Android smartphones. Priced around Rs 21,000 in retail market, Xperia M2 directly competes with the Samsung Galaxy Grand 2, which is priced quite similarly and also the current market champ when it comes to popular mid-range Android smartphones. Xperia M2 runs on a Android 4.3 Jelly Bean and is Android KitKat 4.4.2 upgradable. Sony has conveyed globally that the KitKat update will be available to the M2, but it has not received the same and there is no exact time frame for the update provided by the company. But we expect it will be available before the end of third quarter. Sony Xperia M2 is available in three colors, which are white, black and purple. The device is compact enough to be used in one hand. M2 uses the 4.8-inch Quad HD display of IPS grade and has good viewing angles, as well as the display is visible in bright outdoor light. The display doesn't produce any oversaturated colors. Overall, we found it to be quite good enough for the device price under Rs 21,000. The Xperia M2 has glass on both sides. The middle frame is plastic, but the quality of plastic is quite good and gives pseudo metal finish. On the right side of the phone, there is a power key which is similar to one used in Xperia Z1 and Z2 flagship devices from Sony. There is a protected plastic cap for dual SIM slots, and below that we have the volume keys and then the two-stage camera shutter key. We are pleased to find that all physical keys used in Xperia M2 have good tactile feedback and feels good to use. They are neither too hard nor too soft. Bottom of the device houses the speaker grill for single mono but fairly loud loudspeaker. The primary microphone is also hidden in the speaker grill. You will also find a provision for hand strap at the bottom right of the device. On the left side of the M2, there is not a single key but has a micro USB slot for charging needs and a small plastic flap which protects the microSD card slot. The Xperia M2 supports up to 32 GB microSD cards. We tried to check the compatibility of SanDisk UHS-1 64 GB SDXC card, but found out that device doesn't support it perfectly. On the top of Xperia M2, there is a 3.5mm audio jack and not anything else. Backside of the M2 has complete glass just like the front, but unfortunately both front and backside glasses are not tampered proof or scratch resistant. There is a 8 megapixel autofocus camera with the Exmor RS sensor from Sony along with a single LED flash. The secondary microphone is just placed next to LED flash. Below that you will find the NFC logo which indicates the exact place for NFC chip. From 2013, Sony has really worked quite hard to keep their Sony UI lag-free and without any stutters. We are pleased with the smooth UI performance even when there are a couple of apps open in the background. Gaming is not a big issue too. The quad-core Snapdragon SoC clocked at 1.2 GHz along with the Adreno 305 GPU handled the popular games quite well. We found that even 3D intensive games perform quite well. While playing games, the Xperia M2 heats up little bit, but it won't be as high where the user will feel uncomfortable while playing games. Similar to Samsung, Xperia M2 also has call forwarding capability from second SIM to the first SIM, so the user will get notified when there is a waiting call on the second SIM while he or she is talking on a call using the first SIM connection. So technically this is not a true dual active solution unlike some Samsung feature phones which had two separate antennas for both SIM cards. The Sony Xperia M2 has good battery backup even when two SIMs are in use. We are pleased with the battery performance and always got more than 2 days of battery backup with moderate use. On the heavy use with more than 3 to 4 hours of web browsing, 1 to 2 hours of video playback and 1 hour of calls while Facebook and Twitter running in the background, we had still got 14 hours of battery backup in dual SIM mode. Sony has done an amazing job for the battery optimization in Xperia M2. M2 has decently loud headphone output and overall performance is above average without any major distortion at a higher volume, which is mostly above 80%. The supplied headset is not top quality and we recommend using better earphones or headphones for music listening. The built-in video player played the MKV video files correctly, but we had trouble while playing the MKV files with the AC3 audio codec. It's better to use third-party apps like MX Player, which is absolutely free on Google Play Store for better video playback. Xperia M2 has a 8 megapixel Exmor RS camera from Sony with HDR capability. The 8MP camera module also can record 1080p videos at 30 frames per second. In superior auto mode for the images, the Xperia M2 clicks 5 megapixel widescreen photos. To get the 8 megapixel resolution, we need to select the manual mode. Scene modes are also accessible in manual mode only. The video recording resolution is Full HD at 30 fps or HD at 30 fps and lower resolution for the MMS. Steady shot, the digital image stabilization is also available for both image and video mode. We didn't find it as effective as it performs in Sony's flagship model Z2, but overall the M2 has a decent camera performance in both photo and video mode. For a mid-range device, the Xperia M2 gives decent score on Antutu, but Xperia M2 is not any flagship device with the most fastest SoC available in the market. At MySmartPrice, we believe the user experience matters more than the just benchmark scores, and the Xperia M2 does a great job when it comes to user experience. At less than Rs 21,000 price point, we found the Sony Xperia M2 quite a nice device which we can recommend without giving a major second thought. There are no major flaws in M2. We like the overall performance, device build quality and design of the phone. The major competitor for the Xperia M2 is the Samsung Galaxy Grand 2, which is also a dual SIM smartphone with a 1.5GB of RAM and same Snapdragon 400 processor but with a HD screen. But a fluid smooth UI performance of the Sony Xperia M2 makes more stronger impact on the end user compared to the Galaxy Grand 2 from a Samsung. Definitely this is a clear winner from a Sony. Thanks for watching the review of Sony Xperia M2 from MySmartPrice.com. And don't forget to subscribe our channel and let us know your views in comment section. Thank you.